Now, Charaka tells in Vataja Pratisha, if Kasa and Swarabheda are present, then he suggests, Charaka suggests a specific line of treatment. But before that, we will try to understand what is happening in Kasa and Swarabheda and what type of pathology may be there in Kasa and Swarabheda in Vataja Pratisha. See, in Vataja Pratisha, thin watery secretion will be there. So, thin watery secretion may cause postnasal drip. So, postnasal drip is there that will irritate the area in the pharynx and that will cause the cough. So, postnasal drip is there and that excessive secretion is causing the cough reflex. Now, what is the difference between normal and Vataja Pratisha? Thin watery secretion is more and normal. So normal mucus is what? Viscoelastic. Means it is viscous also, it is elastic also. And movement will be slow. But in thin water secretion, it has lost its viscosity, it has lost its viscosity as well as elasticity. So secretion will be watery, secretion will be more. So that it then more and more irritation will be there to the cough center. Cough reflex will be more and more coughing will be there. Okay. Then next is what? Next is, he says, Swarabheda. How Swarabheda can be there in Vataja Pratisha? As we know, the nose is moistening the air, right? Nose is moistening the air. So, if dry air is reaching the vocal cords, what will happen? It will dry up the thin mucus layer over the vocal cords and vocal cords will become inflamed and hoarseness will be there. So what we have to stop? We have to stop the dry air entering the mucous membrane. So dry air entering the mucous membrane has to be stopped means what? The air should be moistened. So air should be moistened. See, already so much of secretion is there, then why air is not moistened? See, actually the mucus should be moving very slowly, then only it can moisten. But if the mucus is the thin mucus secretion, if it is moving very fast, then there is very less time for the air to get moistened. So it will dry the. So what is our job? Our job is here, whenever Swarabheda is there and Kasa is there because of Vataja Pratisha, this mucus has to be made thick. Now, how to make the mucus thick? How to make the mucus thick? You increase the mucin content. Mucin content, what it is? Protein and carbohydrate. So you increase the protein and carbohydrate of the body. You give the santarpana. Then mucin content will increase and this problem can be solved. Now let us see. In case of Kasa and Swarabheda, according to Charaka, Vataja Pratisha, if Kasa and Swarabheda are there, what he suggests? Ushna Goghrta and Yavaksharapana, Mamsarasa, Ushna Dugdha, Snehika Dhumupana, Shatavadi drugs, Shatava etc. drugs are there, with Ghrta plus Vasa plus Siktha, Snehika Dhumupana is suggested. Now, what is the idea? Say, in case of Kasa and Swarabheda, what we have to do? We have to make the mucus thick. We have to make the secretion thick. Gel layer of the mucus has to be increased. So, mucin content has to be increased. So, directly, which is Sadhya Tarpaka, like Ghrta is there, Mamsarasa is there, Dugdha is there, he is suggesting Mamsarasa, Dugdha or direct Ghrtapana with Yavakshara. Yavakshara content will be less. In Ghrta content will be more. So that may increase the mucin content. Now what about Snehika Dhumupana? Why Snehika Dhumupana? Again, this is hypothetical. Thing is, what we have to do, we have to make the mucus thick. So thin water secretion is already there. To that, if you add something which can hold the water, right? So all our Dhumupana, Snehika Dhumupana, see, this contains Vasa, Ghrta, Sikta. So they will contain some suspended particles. Suspended particles, of course, some fat may be there. Essential oil content will be less. In Grita content will be more. So that may increase the mucin content. Now what about Snehika Dhumupana? Why Snehika Dhumupana? Again, this is hypothetical. Thing is, what we have to do, we have to make the mucus thick. So thin water secretion is already there. To that, if you add something which can hold the water, right? So all our dhumupana, snake dhumupana, see this contains vasa, grita, sikta. So they will contain some suspended particles. Suspended particles, of course, some fat may be there. Essential oils may evaporate, and they are not strong irritants. Maricha is now the pipli, maricha, shunti. They are not in huge quantity. So strong irritant is not there. They are mild. So mild drugs are there, essential oil is there, and in suspended form is there. So they may increase the mucin, they may increase some viscosity of the thin water secretions. So that may help. Fine, this is completely hypothetical. Next, what Charaka tells, if there is Vedana in Shankha, Murdha and Lalata, then Panisveda and Upanasveda is to be given. Now, why in Shula Sveda is to be given? We already know that Sveda relieves the Stambha, Shotha, Shula. But what exactly happens? See, why the pain is caused? Pain is caused because of the inflammatory mediators. They are decreasing the nerve threshold. So, at lower stimulus only, signals are carried and pain is produced. Now, how the pain can be relieved? So, whatever the inflammatory mediators which are there in that particular site, if they are somehow removed, if you increase the blood circulation, if you just increase the flow of blood and all those inflammatory mediators, if they are removed from that particular site, pain can be relieved. And this is already proved from modern science also, that how heat can help. For example, heat creates higher tissue temperatures which produces, see here it is there, which produces vasodilatation and increases the supply of oxygen and nutrients and the elimination of carbon dioxide and metabolic waste. Moist heat can be used in the abscesses to help drain the abscess faster. So actually heat helps in relieving the pain. Now next is what he tells, if there is Kshavatu, Srava and Rodha, then Sankara Sveda is to be given. Now what is the common thing in Kshavatu, Srava and Rodha? The more common pathophysiology in Kshavatu, Srava and Rodha. See, we have already discussed this, that here are the mucosal mast cells, right? From when these cells are irritated, they will secrete the histamine. The histamine acts on H1 receptor. Then trigeminal nerve fibers, especially slow conducting C fibers, will be stimulated. Then sneezing center will be stimulated and sneezing will be there. And the same nerves will also stimulate the secretion center. They will in turn stimulate the mucosal glands to secrete excessive secretion, so there will be hypersecretion. So the same histamine, it causes the sneezing, it also causes hypersecretion, and the same histamine also causes the vasodilatation, venous engorgement, and some congestion will also be there. So the same at the same time, what all will be there? Sneezing will be there, Kshavatu, the excessive secretion will be there, Srava, and there can be congestion, swelling, causing the reduced air entry, Rodha. So here, if you see the next diagram, see where it is, this is the gel layer, what you can see is here, see here it is gel layer is there.
So if the irritant passes this gel layer, it enters the thin layer, then mucous membrane. Here is what you can see is the mast cells. See if these mast cells, now I am trying to show where actually all these things are situated. So mast cells are here, secrete histamine. So the same sensory nerve fibers are here and they carry the signation. Blood vessels are here and they cause the venous the engorgement, and because of engorgement the swelling is there. So what antihistamine can do? Antihistamine can stop the reduce the histamine secretions for one day, but next day whatever the constant irritant is there, that irritant is causing. Now the thing is, if we somehow increase the blood circulation here and all these contents are removed, all these whatever contents are there, histamine contents are there, they are taken in the blood circulation, and at the same time can it reduce the sneezing? Question is this. Yes, it is hypothetically possible. So what Sweda will do? Sweda will increase the blood circulation. So maybe these all sneeze, this histamine and all may be removed, and sneezing may stop. So only when Avrodha is there, Kshavatu is there, and excessive Srava is there, Sankara Sweda has been suggested. Now the question, why here Sankara Sweda and the initial thing, Upanaha Sweda and this thing was there, Pani Sweda was there. Pani Sweda is a mild form of Sweda. Upanaha Sweda where will be little bit, it will be stronger. Sankara Sweda, it will be little bit more stronger, right? So if you give the in this Rodha, Kshavatu, Srava and Rodha, they are connected. So by a single Sweda, if this constant irritant is removed, it can be, the problem can be solved. In Vataja Pratishaya, if there is Nasa Shosha, Shringataka Shosha and Netra Shosha, then Anutelanasya should be given. Anutelanasya preparation is also told in Charaka Chikitsa. This is also Charaka Chikitsa reference only. And in Vachaja Pratishaya, Nirubasti should be given after Snehana. So if all the other treatments fail, then the the best treatment for Vata is Basti. So that is suggested. Pathya in Vachaja Pratishaya, this is also from Charaka Chikitsa only. Gramya Pashu Pakshi Snigdha Ushna and Amla Mamsarasa and Laghu Anna Sevana should be done. Ushna Jalapana should be done. Ushna Snana should be done. Should reside in places where cold breeze does not come. I have seen in a couple of patients where they were traveling in cold breeze, means on two-wheeler, they were traveling for distances, and when this was avoided, their Pratishaya symptoms were controlled to a great extent. And should reside in hot places. And Apatya in Vachaja Pratishaya is Chinta, Vayama, Adhika Bhashana, Adhika Maituna should not be done. About this Adhika Bhashana, some primary school teachers especially observed that if they used to take 4 to 5 classes per day, say to 70 to 80 students in a class, so they will be shouting all the day. They will be talking in a higher pitch sound. So Adhika Bhashana, Ucha Bhashana, all this was there. So this, when this was avoided, their Pratishaya symptoms were very well controlled. I just asked them to get a small mic, portable mic. So they did it, and their problem was solved to some extent. Now according to Sushruta, Vataja Pratishaya Chikitsa, what is suggested is Panchalavana Siddha Ghrita or Vidari Gandhadigana Siddha Ghrita and Ardhit Roga Nashaka, Nasya etc. Chikitsa should be done. So Navana Murdhni, so all the Upanaha Sweda, Nasya, which is told in the Ardhit Roga, that is suggested to take. Now Ashtanga Hridaya Uttara Tantra, what is suggested? Vatahara Dravya Kalka Kvata Siddha Ghrita or Panchalavana Siddha Ghrita or Vidari Gandhadigana Siddha Ghrita or Sweda Nasya etc. Chikitsa should be which is explained in Ardhit Roga should be explained or should be tried. The thing is here what Sushruta and Vagbhata suggest, they suggest Snehana and Santarpana Chikitsa for Vataja Pratishaya, which is elaborately told in Charaka. So this completes Vataja Pratishaya.